How do we sketch a parabola when the equation is given in standard form? I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we'll see how do we graph a quadratic relation when the equation is given to us in standard form. We'll take up many examples to illustrate. Mainly, we'll take up these 4 examples and sketch the graph for a quadratic function. I'm going to make it absolutely simple for you. In just a couple of steps, we will be able to sketch a parabola, the graph for a quadratic function, without much calculations. So the question for you is to sketch the graph of question 1, y equals to x squared plus 4x minus 6, 2, y equals to x squared plus 6x, 3, y equals to minus x squared plus 4x plus 3, and 4, y equals to minus 3x squared plus 6x plus 5. So we have to sketch these graphs one by one. Before getting there, let's try to understand few basics which will help us to plot the graph. Standard form of an equation is given as ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the leading coefficient. A will tell us two things. One, whether the parabola opens up or down, right? If a is greater than 0, then the parabola goes up. But if a is less than 0, then it goes down. Correct? So, A decides the shape. A also decides one more thing, and that is, it is a vertical stretch, right? By how many times the graph is stretched vertically. So this factor A gives you the vertical stretch, and normally, standard y equals to x squared has steps of 1, 3, 5, 7, but if A is a different number than 1, then this 1, 3, 5, 7 gets multiplied by A. So we look into this critical parameter of steps with examples. Right. Now let's get back to C, which is the constant. Well, if x is 0, then y-intercept is going to be C. So C is the y-intercept. We have actually sketched the graph of a quadratic function y equals to minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 10 for reference. Now here, C is minus 10. So on the graph you notice that the y-intercept is indeed minus 10. Correct? Makes sense. If I put x as 0, I get the y-intercept of minus 10. So that is minus 10. Now, how do we get the vertex? That's the critical part. Now here you also see an orange line which is called the axis of symmetry. Right? We can actually obtain axis of symmetry from the standard form of the equation. The coefficient of x gives us axis of symmetry when it is divided by minus 2a. So axis of symmetry, x is equal to minus b by 2a. Let me rewrite this. Equation of the axis is x equals to minus b divided by 2a. Now let's calculate for the given equation. In the given equation, minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 10, the value of b is equal to 12 and a is minus 2. So what is minus b by 2a? Let's calculate. Minus 12 by 2 times minus 2, which is minus 12 by 4 or 3. So we see here that the axis of symmetry in the graph is indeed x equals to 3. Makes sense? So we get the axis of symmetry. So as you can see from the standard form, we get the vertical, we get this intercept, y-intercept, we get the axis of symmetry, the steps from A multiplied by 1357. You get the idea. So a lot of parameters are known to us. Now, let us see how do we sketch the graph. We'll take question number 1 now to begin with. Question number 1 is y equals to x squared plus 4x minus 6. So definitely minus 6 means we have a y-intercept at minus 6, right? So that is the point which is known to us, right? Y-intercept. But we should always begin with the axis. So can you calculate axis from this? Axis of symmetry x is equal to what? Well, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to minus 6 in the given equation. Axis of symmetry is minus B by 2A. B is 4, right? So it is minus 4 over 2 times A. A is 1, right? So axis of symmetry is indeed minus 2. So at minus 2, I can draw the axis. So on this graph, minus 2 is right there. So that becomes the axis for us. Perfect. Once we know the axis, x value, we can find the vertex, y value, correct? By substituting x equals to minus 2 in the formula, right? So let's find the value y when x is minus 2. So minus 2 square plus 4 times minus 2 minus 6 gives us what? Minus 2 square is 4. 4 times minus 2 is minus 8 and then minus 6, right? So that gives us the value of 4 minus 8 is minus 4 and minus 4 minus 6 will give us minus 10. So minus 10 is the y value. So that gives us the vertex on the axis. So axis of symmetry was calculated as x equals to 2 minus 2. And now we got the y value also. So y value is minus 10. Do you see that? So that becomes the y value. So we have the vertex now with x value of minus 2, y value of minus 10. So I am plotting this vertex right there at minus 2 minus 10. Now A is 1 and therefore, can you tell me what are the steps? Well, the steps are 1 times 1357, right? So 1 times 1357, so they do not really change, right? As in x squared, so 1 time, okay? So 1357 are the steps. What does it really mean? It really means that from the vertex, we know A is positive, so parabola goes up. 1 is positive, right? So if I move 1 step to the right, I will go 1 up. So that is my next point. Do you see that? And now, the next step I move, I have to go 3 up. So that is the next step I move, I have to go 3 up. 1, 2, 3. You see, I reached that y-intercept which was identified. Next step, I have to move 5 up. So next step, I go 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 7. So one step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So do you see on the left hand side, I'm getting the points which when connected will give me the parabola, right? So let me now connect them. Make sense? Now we know this is axis of symmetry. So on the other side, we get symmetrical values. So one step to the left will give us 1 up. The next step is coming symmetrical to this point, right? And then 3 points away at this level, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And then on the top, we get the 4th step, right? So that is the 4th step. So now we can connect with the left side of the parabola. Do you see that? So that is how we can get our parabola. Let me join these points slightly better so that, well, let's follow the point. Okay, freehand sketch. So that becomes the parabola. Always make arrows on the top indicating that this goes to infinity, right? So that becomes the sketch for the function y equals to x squared plus 4x minus 6. Do you see how easy it is? We literally did not calculate the points. We got all our points using the strategy for the steps. Do you see that? From the given vertex. I hope you have understood the concept. Well, in any case, we got 3 more to go. So let's go to the second question. And now, can you tell me? The equation is y equals to x squared plus 6x. So what is the value of a? The value of a is 1, b is 6, and the constant c is 0. That really means that our y-intercept will be at 0, right? First thing we should always calculate is the vertex axis. So x value for the axis is what? So let me write down axis first. X equals to minus b by 2a. b is 6 minus 2 times a, which is 1, and that gives me minus 3. So we have axis at minus 3 this time. So 1, 2, 3. So that is the axis. Correct. Now, so we have the axis. A is positive, parabola is going to open up. Let's find the vertex. To find the vertex, we will substitute x as minus 3 in the equation. So we get y equals to minus 3 square, right, plus 6 times minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9, and 6 times minus 3 is minus 18. So we get this as minus 9. So the value is minus 9, right? So which is right there. So that's the point, which is our vertex. Let me call this as V, which is at minus 3, minus 9. Clear? Now, what are the steps? Well, A is 1, and therefore the steps are 1, 3, 5, 7. As before, right? And so on. So from here, if I move right one step, I have to go up 1. So that's the next point. Now I have to go 3 up. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now I have to go 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see I reached that x-intercept? So that means we are going the right way. Next, I go 7 up. So from here, I go to 5 and to 7. Right. So we have the right-hand side of our parabola, which is connecting these points. Do you see that? So that is the parabola on the right-hand side. The left-hand side will get from the symmetry 1 to the left and 1 up. Then another time, take the point from here. They are symmetrical, right? And next point is right there, symmetrical to this. And then we have right there 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. So now we can actually connect these points and draw the parabola. Do you see how simple it is? So there we go. We have the parabola to represent this particular function. Can we check it? Yes, we have an x-intercept at 6. Makes sense, right? You could factor this as x times x plus 6. And you know there are 2 x-intercepts, one at the origin, the other one at minus 6. And we also get it from our graph. So that becomes a test for us. Perfect. So I hope these steps are absolutely clear. Let's move on and take the next example. I'd like you to pause the video, answer this question, and then look into my suggestions. Well, in case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given. Also check our website for the new updates. So we are given the equation. This time it is y equals to minus x squared plus 4x plus 3. What is the value of a? Well, a is minus 1. And the value of b is 4. Value of c is 3. As I said, c gives you the y-intercept. So let's mark the y-intercept. It could be a test point also. Let's find the axis. To find the axis, we'll take minus b by 2a. Minus of b is 4 and twice a, 2 times minus 1. So that makes it positive 2. So we have the axis at positive 2 this time. So that is the axis. Correct? Parabola is opening downwards. Do you see minus? Right? Let me write down here. X equals to 2. Right? Okay. Now, since we have the axis, let's find the vertex. To find the vertex, we'll substitute 2 in y, right? So y is equal to minus 2 square plus 4 times 2 plus 3, which is minus 4 plus 8 plus 3. That gives you 4 plus 3 as 7. So we have the value at 7. So 5, 6, slightly above this particular graph, right? So we substituted 2 for the axis and we got the value. 4 times 2 is 8 and then plus 3, 4 and 3, 7. So we got our vertex right there. Okay. Now what are the steps? Write down the steps. The a value is minus 1. So minus times 1357. So we are coming downwards. The parabola opens down. You get the idea. So from this value, we go one step to the right and one step down. So we come to this point and symmetrically we can place them. Next step is 3. So from here, 1, 2, 3. Correct? Then it is 5. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it is 7. So that will bring us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7. Perfect. So that is how we got our right hand side of the parabola. On the left hand side, we can have symmetrical points. 1, then see it matches, right? 1, 3, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? It also matches. And then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 7. Correct? So let's connect them. So there you go. So that becomes our parabola for the given equation. Do you see how simple it is? Perfect. I hope you got the idea. Question number 4. Take this as your practice test question. Okay, let's write down the values given to us. A in this case is minus 3, B is 6, and C is 5. C is 5. Let's put 5 there. It will be a test point, right? Okay, great. Let's find the axis. Axis x equals to minus b by 2a. Minus of b is 6 and twice minus 3, which is also 6 minus. So axis is at 1. So we got the axis x equals to 1. So let's draw this. So that is x equals to 1, which is the axis. Let's find the y value. We'll substitute 1 for x, so minus 3 times 1 squared plus 6 times 1 plus 5, which gives us minus 3 plus 6 plus 5. That gives us 3 plus 5 is 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have the vertex right there, right? So we have the vertex this time at 1, 8. Now let's get the points. Steps are this time what? Minus 3 times 1357. Do you see that? Which is minus 3. 3 times 3 minus 9 minus 15 and so on. So let's go 3 steps down. 1 right, 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 point. Now 9 steps down. 1 right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So we have the right side. On the left side, symmetrically, let's put, see, already we have that y-intercept, right? And then here, we'll have 1 step on this side. There we go. Once we have our points, we can connect them, right? So this is the right side of the parabola, and I'm trying to match it with the right hand side, so left and right. Do you see that parabola? That is how you sketch. So we are in a position to sketch a parabola from standard form by noting that the c value, the constant is the y-intercept, axis is minus b by 2a. A gives us the steps for sketching the parabola. Perfect. So I hope you got complete concept of how do we sketch a parabola. So starting with the basics, we understand that standard form of this equation gives us the y-intercept in the form of the constant, b relates to the axis, and a relates to the steps and direction of opening. All this combined gives you a parabola with minimum calculations. Perfect. Well, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, you may always contact me directly. And if you want to learn, send an email on the address given. Thanks for your time and all the best.